Personally, I don't think that the taxes should go up because we've already been paying high tax in this country for an awfully long time.
Well, I agree with that.
And you've got lots of millionaires, billionaires, such as the Duke of Westminster, who was recently in the newspapers for kindly donating, I think, £12 million to the NHS. And, I mean, he's sat on a bed of 12 billion. It's the equivalent of me donating a fiver to the NHS. And I don't see why it should be the working class and the middle class, once again, bailing out the country when we have so many billionaires in the country who don't appear to be doing anything.
Well, arguably, James, those billionaires have paid many hundreds of millions of pounds in tax on their way to becoming billionaires. I mean, 1%, the top 1% of taxpayers pay about 30% of all taxation. So you could argue that those that make absolute fortunes do actually prop up and pay for a huge amount.
But at the same time, they're not suffering like the rest of us. It gets to the point where it's just pure greed. Who needs £12 billion?
Well, James, in his case, he's a young man of 25, 26 years old who's inherited it. And, some people inherit small amounts of money, some inherit nothing, and some inherit vast estates. I'm not arguing the world's fair, it isn't. But even though he's worth 12 billion, if he's given 12 million to the NHS, that's something, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but if he was paying the taxes that he should have been paying, he probably would have contributed far more than that anyway.
No, James, you're being unfair. As I say, he's a 25-year-old. He's inherited a giant estate. Yes, he's worth 12 billion or whatever it is on paper. In cash terms, he probably hasn't got vast fortunes. He is asset very, very rich, managing an estate. James, would you like to see taxes for high earners going up significantly?
Yes.
To what? I mean,
50%,
60%, 70% tax? What would you charge them?
I couldn't answer that. I just think that for the working class out there who are already really struggling and they're not entitled to furlough schemes and things like that, it's just incredibly frustrating when you see people driving around in stupid cars and things like that. And they're just so wealthy, they're just not in it with the rest of us.
James, I understand what you're saying, but can I just leave you with this thought? In 1979, the top rate of income tax in this country for anybody earning over £38,000 a year, bear in mind that was a lot more money then than it is now, but the top rate income tax for people earning that much was 83%. Of every pound you earned, 83% of that in marginal tax was going to the government. And because of it, James, many of our brightest, best young people, surgeons, business people, scientists, left this country, went to Australia, went to America. And all I would urge you, James, is whilst you want a fair society, if taxes become too high, you lose some of your best people.